Gary and Ben's Top Tips. Episode 2, Mint. Getting started. Mint is easy to grow and there are many different types, offering an array of exciting and unusual flavors, from traditional peppermint to lime mint or chocolate mint and many more. Mint thrives in most soil types, in sun or light shade, and usually forms large leafy clumps up to 1 meter, 6 feet, tall and wide. Most mints are vigorous, spreading plants, so are best grown in large pots or in bottomless buckets sunk into the ground, to keep their roots contained. You can pick mint's young leaves and shoot tips from spring through to autumn. Mint is a herbaceous perennial, so it dies back over winter, then resprouts every spring, living for many years. It is very easy to make new plants by taking root cuttings and by division. The pretty flowers, usually in fluffy purple, pink or white spires, are rich in nectar, attracting many beneficial pollinating insects. You can use mint in all kinds of dishes, including salads, sauces, pesto and desserts. You can scatter it over buttered new potatoes or peas, add it to ice creams, smoothies and cocktails, or make it into tea. Choosing. There are many varieties and flavors of mint, mentha, to choose from, and it's well worth going to buy plants in person, so you can compare and choose your favorites. Alternatively, visit a well-stocked herb garden and make a note of the varieties you prefer. The standard form of mint is spearmint, mentha spicata, which is often just sold as garden mint. But there are many other flavors, including peppermint, apple mint, banana mint and pineapple mint, to name but a few. There is even an aquatic species, water mint, Mentha aquatica, for growing in ponds. The different mints can vary in appearance as well as flavor. Some have larger or smaller leaves that may be downy, smooth or ruffled, purple tinted or variegated. Others have purple, pink or white flowers, darker stems, or a taller or more ground-hugging nature. Various other aromatic plants are commonly known as mint, although they are not true mint, mentha. So if you like mint, why not give some of these a try too? Catmint. Catmint or catnip, nepeta, an attractive perennial with purple flower spikes and aromatic leaves. It's not considered a culinary herb, but many cats find it irresistible. Korean mint, Agastache rugosa, a fragrant mint relative with purple flower spikes. Peruvian black mint, Tagetes minuta, a relative of the French marigold with zesty, minty leaves. What and where to buy? Mint is widely available as young plants or plug plants in spring, from garden centers and online plant retailers. Many herb nurseries stock a particularly wide range of mint varieties. You may also find packeted seeds, but only a very limited selection, mainly just spearmint, garden mint. Still, it's far simpler to just buy plants. Sowing. It's quick and easy to grow mint from young plants and plug plants. They should settle in quickly and you can start harvesting the leaves in the first year. Mint can also be grown very easily from root cuttings or by dividing clumps, see propagating, below, in a similar way. It's generally not worth growing mint from seed, as germination can be slow and unreliable. Planting. Mint is very vigorous and will spread far and wide via thick creeping roots, rhizomes, if it's planted straight into the ground. Instead, keep it constrained by planting either in a large pot or in a bottomless bucket sunk into the soil, with the rim above the surface to prevent shoots rooting over the top. Containers should be filled with multipurpose or soil-based compost, while soil should ideally be fertile and free-draining, enriched garden compost, although mint is vigorous enough to cope in most types of soil, except waterlogged conditions. Mint is best planted in spring, although potted mint can be planted right through to autumn, except in hot dry spells. It is happy in full sun or partial shade. Water it well both before and after planting. Avoid planting different varieties of mint close together, whether in pots or the ground, as they can lose their individual scent and flavor. Harvesting. Mint leaves can be harvested from late spring to autumn, before the top growth dies back over winter. Pick regularly to keep plants compact and ensure they produce lots of fresh new growth. Choose the young, soft shoot tips for the most intense flavor. The more you pick, the more they'll produce. Mint leaves can be chopped and added to many different dishes, hot or cold, sweet or savory. They can be scattered over buttered new potatoes, added to salads or made into mint sauce to complement roast lamb. Sprigs make a refreshing tea to aid digestion and can be added to summer drinks, including Pimm's. Mint's flowers are edible too. The leaves are best used fresh, but you can keep shoots in a glass of water for several days if you change the water regularly. You can also dry the leaves or freeze them in ice cubes for use in cooking over winter. Alternatively, to keep the leafy harvests going over winter, bring mint plants indoors in autumn and keep them on a warm, sunny windowsill. Problems: mint is generally vigorous, healthy and trouble-free. Controlling its spread is usually the main issue, so plant it in containers or bottomless buckets rather than letting it grow freely in the ground. To get rid of unwanted invasive mint, dig out shoots as soon as they appear, taking out as much of the roots as possible, as mint can regrow from small pieces left in the ground. Persistence usually pays off. Few pests trouble mint, but the soft young shoot tips can suffer temporary infestations of aphids. Wash them off or squash them as soon as you spot them, or pinch off infested shoots. Blue mint beetle doesn't usually cause much damage. Mint rust can occasionally be a problem. Cold, wet soil or potting compost in winter can cause mint roots to rot, and when growing in containers, mint is more vulnerable to freezing temperatures, so move pots to a sheltered spot in autumn if possible. We hope you have found this guide informative. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. If you have not subscribed yet, consider subscribing and hit the notification bell to be notified of all our new content. Happy gardening from Gary and Ben at G&B Allotments.